I came to London 1.5 years ago, transferred to studying BA photography from international trade when I was studying in Korea. Having wonderful experience traveling in London a few years ago during Olympic season, I came to think of studying abroad.
My first feelings towards the idea of moving to England were really mixed. I was excited to have a new beginning, but I was nervous to take a step outside of my comfort zone.
I had been to London before I moved here. I got invited to stay for a couple of days to try out Kingston as part of a diversity and widening participation program. It was the first time I flew in an airplane alone.
This is good.
Leaving the country ended up being harder than I expected. I cried when I said bye to my parents and my siblings, and I also cried on the 10-hour plane ride. I was just so scared of being here for 5 months without seeing my family. I did not think I could make it that long.
But it was a way to learn more about the university and about what life would be like on my own.
Luckily, I met good friends at here to cheer me up, including flatmates that I met in the first year at the halls of residence. Feel happy hanging out with people who I love.
I'll call homesickness a culture shock because I don't really know where home is.
There are so many differences in culture. I realized how diverse the society is by walking around London. English people have such a polite attitude, saying sorry and thank you a lot, and so it needs a certain length of time to be adjusted.
The biggest difference from the UK and the US is transportation. It's just so easy back home for me to grab my car and go wherever I want to go, whenever I want to. And here I have to organize my day around train and bus times.
I think the biggest shock to me when I really started living here was how diverse the community actually is. There was a mix of people from different backgrounds, but mostly from the UK. In the Netherlands, I lived in a city where the majority of people were white and Dutch, with very little visible international influences. And here I am on the outskirts of London, and there were so many people coming from so many places.
One particular memory that I have is how in the first couple of days, I just wanted to sleep. And I think it was because I felt a little depressed.
When I'm feeling blue, to make me feel better, I did jogging at Fairfield Park, which was closest to where I live.
I go for a run, I sing, I write a song, or I write my blog.
Or I try to find outdoor events or going to galleries and art fair events with beautiful artworks. When I find galleries with beautiful artwork, I feel great and realize it's worth it coming and studying here, especially in the art field, which is relatively hard to getting a chance to see some artworks in my own country.
It makes me sad sometimes, looking back at where I was before. Sometimes I wish I could go back in time and not leave my dad behind all alone. But this is better for both of us. I'm happy in my new life speaking English while he goes on with his speaking Dutch. And every week I touch the keyboard and he answers Skype and everything is alright.
Writing for me is a way to share my thoughts with the world, because I'm certain that no matter where you come from, people have gone through something similar than what you are going through right now.
I miss home sometimes, especially on weekends or during holiday in my country, when relatives are all gathered together. I try to connect to them via Skype or other services. Thank God it's 2016 thanks to the internet. Not only my friends and family, I miss Korean food. Sometimes I spend time cooking together with Korean friends in Korean national holidays, celebrating our own way while we're here.
The best part about the UK is that it's so big. I feel like I see or learn something different every day.
Living here has been a dream of mine for so long that now I'm just loving it. I'm excited to see everything I get to experience here. England, for me, has become my third home after living in Finland and Czech Republic. The biggest difference is people being so welcoming.
I figured out that I'm more social in the English language than I ever was back home. I've learned so much about myself since I've started living here. I've made great friends and finally understand that I can do a lot more than I ever thought I could. I'm going forward, every day looking to be better than I was yesterday.
Overall, even though I struggled with a few cultural differences and strong accent that makes me hard to communicate since I came here, I feel happy those difficulties are getting used to. And I feel happy that I can do what I wanted to do for a long time, studying photography and studying at art campus in creative atmosphere.
I'm very happy I made this decision. I think it's probably the best decision I've made in my life. It has made me more independent and has also made me appreciate things that I really didn't appreciate before. It has cultured me in a way that I did not think possible.
I think it has given me the distance I need to see my life clearly. That's not to say I don't miss my family sometimes, but I don't miss my country. The biggest difference between here and there is me.
I have fallen in love with how much England has already taught me. And I think this is the happiest of me I have seen in a very long time.
I'm glad that I'm here now.